Okay, we just got some basic data this time. Couldn't really go too deep on this one. It's a very difficult case. The terrain, the complexity of the terrain, the very remote, undeveloped and unremarkable nature of the mountains makes it very difficult, I think, to actually locate the exact location. But the other thing was I haven't been able to remote view here for well, I wasn't able to for a good 4 or 5 days because a neighbour on the other side of the street installed a smart meter, so I had to go out of town or whatever, out into the fields or woods to practice my craft. But yeah, basically first thing I get is like this, shape like this, looks like coastline. It's probably this here, which is pretty close to where they say that his phone last pinged at this location here. I think it's this one or this one. Viewpoint in Masca. You drop in here, we'll see all these spots here. This is where they were saying his phone last pinged, and it's interesting because one of the things I drew was a long white building with a terracotta roof, orange terracotta roof, and multiple windows or doorways or arches. It could be this, could be, there's a lot of buildings like that in this island, so it's not very specific. That's the problem. Kind of get like a straight sloping road. Again, there's not that many roads in the mountains though, like smaller ones. And I get the sense this might have been a smaller road, but I'm not sure. For some reason I get a big barrel, like a barrel shaped thing. Keep coming back to something rounded, and then I see a rusty, like a windmill or a radio tower. It's difficult. It's very difficult. I got this mountain shape here, which I've traced to being, one sec, probably this here. But this is pretty difficult to find, to be honest. I only found it by accident. See this here? Now you can't see this shape unless you see it from Taino. You can't see it from Masca area. You have to be looking from the north of the island up at Taino. Come on, computer's a bit slow. So here's the mountain, but you don't see that from this side. You don't see that from here. You only see it from up here, which is it's not showing the labels. It's a bit slow today, so I'm clicking and it's not doing anything. But fuck's sake. Okay, I'll have to restart it. But yeah, generally I got the sense that there was no one else involved. Basically, he was out in a remote location and he started to feel ill. Got progressively worse. He lied down. Perhaps felt even worse. Stayed there overnight. And then the sun started to come up, but he wasn't feeling any better, and he's basically stayed in the same place. For some reason I keep getting a pool, well no, not keep getting, I got it once, a pool, maybe a pool of water or something, but that doesn't really fit with the terrain. I get like sharp rocks that stick out of the ground, like kind of flat-faced ones, angular. I get the sense he's not right near the sea. It's in a high altitude, kind of a barren, rocky location, but it's more kind of inland, and it didn't seem like really treacherous. It seemed like you could walk across it. It would be hard work, but you could walk across it. It's not like these cliffs and chasms like the Grand Canyon or something. It's more see if I've got a picture. Okay, so it's not like this because I didn't see any steps like this. I didn't see much grass, like green, or trees. It's more like this kind of skyline with these kind of grey rocks that like got the sense that you could walk up there without too much trouble. So there's some of the sort of radio towers in the area. I couldn't really find much though. There are some radio towers near the main road. Alright, we've got the map back up again. So the area I'm kind of focusing in on is this area here, sort of northwest of Masca. I get dry grass, like short blades, like rushes. Solitude, introspection. So he's probably alone. Gravel and small rocks. And the location triangulation didn't really work too well on this case, but the next one was better. We got Volcan Chiquero. That's in like the middle of the island. Masha is there, so Masha is like there. Playa de Masha is down there, so that puts him up here somewhere. Tano is like up there, right? Tano is up there. So Volcano Chiquero is down here somewhere, over there. So over there from Masca, and then Los Carrizales is kind of up towards Tano again, although they should be the other way around. This one should be to the right of this one. But these aren't completely accurate. Sometimes you get some variation in the angle, but that gives me a general area that he's probably between this mountain here and Playa de Masco down here. So somewhere in this area here, where these mountains are, which is very difficult terrain. Sloping terrain, quite visually complex, moderate vegetation, colours brown, grey, yellow, orange, smell of flowers. I mean, I was quite tired when I did this one. Next one, I did this earlier quickly. Any clues on the map shapes? I get these sharp triangles, kind of a jagged tooth triangle there, and I get like this shape, I get this hoop, this. I didn't feel like I was really in good contact though with the target though, to be honest. This here, which could be, it looks like a railway, but it could be the radio tower again, the rusty radio tower or whatever it is, I'm not sure. You can't really jump to conclusions. I tried to sense like closest water, but I didn't really get a strong sense that there was much. Definitely didn't get the sense of the sea being nearby. It's mostly the emotions that come through that tell me what's happened in this case. Okay. Yeah, so these triangles could actually be these parts of the road here. There's two of them. There's one here, and then there's one here. They're both the same. I think that would come through pretty strongly to a remote viewer, that like these two. But interestingly, what I didn't really get was this really cool thing over here called the Los Gigantes, these strange system of caves. Strange system of caves over here. These ones that you'd think this would come through to a remote viewer, like these things. If he was near this, you'd think this would come through. It's very strange. So that makes me think he's not too close to these. Otherwise, this should come through as a visual image, or some kind of like, I don't know, beehive or something prehistoric. Or do you get what I mean? It's going to come through in some impression, but it didn't. So again, that could be a clue that he's not right near Los Carrizales. The little piece on the road, the little shape on the road, it's quite difficult. What have I done with it? This here. This shape here is quite difficult to trace. I'm assuming it's the road, and it looks a lot like this here, which is right near Los Carrizales. This here looks exactly like this. And there's two of them as well. Again, it's two of these, so it would show up more strongly. I didn't really get the sense that it was a place with a lot of houses though, like last time. With Michael Mosley, I got the sense it was like there was stuff there. To be fair, I haven't done like the probing that I did, where I probe things that are directly around where he is, and that's usually the immediate like location within a few hundred meters. So I didn't do that this time. Again, it's difficult because the heat at the moment and the smart meter and just things like that. It's difficult for me to go as deep as I did with Mosley. But yeah, that would be my guess, is somewhere between Los Carrizales and Playa del Masca.